Differentiation continuous functions. A function for which sufficiently small changes in the input result in arbitrarily small changes in the output. Here is an example for a continuous function. Forward divided difference. Say that we have this point, initial point of x, and we need another point of x, which is much forward than our initial x. We just add the change in x. For a finite change in x, here is our formula. Prime function of x is equivalent to the function of x plus change in x minus the function of x over the change in x.
We have here an example for a forward divided difference. Function of x is equal to 2e raised to 1.5x, and the given function is 3, and our change in x is equal to 0.1. Now we just write the formula. Prime function of x is equal to function of x plus the change in x minus the function of x over change in x. We just plug in our givens. It's equals to 2e raised to 3.1 minus 2e 1.5 times 3 over 0.1. Now we will have the answer as 291.35.
Backward divided difference. We set an initial point on a slope here, and we need to go back on this point with just minus the change in x over our x. And the formula we will use is the function of x minus the function of x minus the change in x over change in x.
Now I will show you on how a backward divided difference works. We will use again this example for the backward divided difference. 2e is raised to 1.5x, and the function is 3, and the change in x is 0.1. Now we just write here the formula. Prime function of x is equals to function of x minus the function of x minus the change in x over change in x. Now we will do is we just plug in our givens. Function 2e 1.5 times 3 minus 2e 1.5 times 2.9 over 0.1. Now our answer is 250.77.
Now we will talk about central divided difference. Central divided difference is that we put our initial x in the middle of the slope, then we can get the backward and the forward change in x. We just in the backward we minus the change in x, in the forward we add the change in x. Here is our formula. Prime function of x is equals to f function of x plus change in x minus the function of x minus the change in x over 2 change of x.
The divided central difference, we will use again this example. 2e raised to 1.5x, and the function is 3, and the change in x is 0.1. Now we will just write the formula down. Prime function of x is equals to the function of x plus change in x minus the function of x minus the change in x over 2 change in x. Now we just direct substitution our given. function of 3.1 minus the function of 2.9 over 0.2. Now we get this equals to 2e raised to 1.5 times 3.1 minus 2e 1.5 raised to 2.9 over 0.2 equals to 271.06.